You're not, you're not tackling an issue at a time. You're adding more issues to it. And then gonna look back and say it's your fault. Because that's what I feel kind of like you're doing. And it's not. A wonderful, happy kid. And you were happy. You are happy. That just turn. But the lying and just, I mean, every issue I would bring up to you. Everything. We talked about it.
Did we talk or did you just talk to me?
I talked to you and everything. I would ask you. Yeah. In front of other people, not just with me. But not in front of a doctor. Which, when you became 18, I can't really even go in there unless you want me, which you would be okay with that. Because, I mean, it's about us. It's us. It's you and me, and, you know, it's your issues, yeah, but I'm here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, it's like, if you don't want me there, I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with any of it. But I feel like you and your brother, you know, I mean, there will be a day when I won't want to go. But then that day will change, and that will be the day you all are going to have to do for me. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, she's about to drive us nuts. But I'm already doing that, I hope. That's my job. You know, as far as trying to remember and me, you're going to have to be there for me and be my ears and eyes at doctor's visits. And you know what? I probably won't want you there to hear what they've got to say bad about me. Well, I'm going to get old. It works both ways is what my whole point on that is. And I understand it's your business. But you're my son. And something's wrong. And there's a lot of people that will support you and love you, and we're here for you. And doing things based on feelings scares me.
It's not just that. Based on feelings of
the growth spurt of things right now you're having, you don't like. Okay, I can understand that. You don't understand things. So let's get to that issue. And deal with that. Not change your whole damn self so that you have all these other issues you're going to deal with. Because remember, the issues don't go away. You can put on whatever mask you want. We can all put on a smiling face for a second and pretend like everything's okay and go home and fall apart. That's what I'm saying. And you stop growing. because you're having to live all this stuff. You don't progress. You don't keep going. It's sort of like me. I mean, I've been just like in a state of what just happened to me. And so sad because back when I was stronger, seemingly, I didn't have so much fear, seemingly. But I think, okay, Patty, wait a second. You have a lot more responsibility. And I look at the Reynolds and those people, you know, they're kind of like my responsibility. And they're not my kids, but they are, you know, they are what drives me. It's not like I want them to be my friends or anything like that, because they're not. But I still have a sense of responsibility to them. And your dad is just like, and this isn't about him. It was about me and me processing. Okay, I've got these kids. I've got to get you here. I've got to get him here. I got to get this done. I mean, it was do. I didn't have time to stop myself and say, whoa, woman. My bad. Isn't that where I sit with you? This is just too, really? And I'm telling you, let's take 2 steps back. We have some unfinished business to take care of. We have some unfinished shit to deal with. And then you make a decision at that point when you're healthier and better and just kind of taking 2 steps back. And then I want to see you kind of catapult yourself into hundreds. You know, it's like you putting yourself under all this pressure, because you do work well under pressure. I have to say that. You haven't finished this essay over here. Well, let's get this done and then see how far that takes you. That's what I mean when I say, let me pull you back 2 steps. Instead of you going out here and working yourself to death. Because, I mean, I'm okay with, hey, you say you want all this, okay? Well, I'm going to give it to you, but it's going to be a lot, and it's a lot of pressure. Because you're working a lot of hours, and it's just a lot. And you're going to be able to do it for a little while, and then you're going to want to say, no, I need to do what you said. But how much further are you going to be down the road, where right now I can see that we could get up, you know, we're good as a mother-son. Like, you know, there's not all these other entities and influences and, oh God, just, you know, and we're still working through the hurt of just everything.
That.
Christopher,
Yeah.
how can you be past that, hurting yourself and just now coming out and telling me about it? I'm not past that. I have
That's years ago
a
for
lot
me.
of concerns about that.
Because that's years ago for me.
4 years wasn't a long time ago.
9 years was. 12 years was.
You were not an unhappy child.
When we would be playing outside, I would go and sit behind the greenhouse and sob and scream. Often.
Who knew that?
No one but me.
You were playing with other kids. You were never out there really by yourself.
I would leave them when I became upset.
Christopher, all those kids was over on you. They would have known you was crying in a minute. They would have been
Ask
screaming.
Alexander. Might have known. He's never told you.
I will.
So you're saying I'm lying about
No,
doing it.
I'm not. I'm just saying that I never saw it. And
Therefore, it didn't exist. Therefore, I'm not.
I
actually
just
telling
remember you
something
coming
that
home
matters.
and telling me about you all lighting matches behind the shed, trying to burn the shed down.
I don't remember that at all. Remember that?
You do remember that. Y'all were lighting, I think, fireworks. I don't know what y'all were lighting. You were playing with matches. You weren't. It was your brother and Tommy. And somebody else. I don't remember. It was a bunch of you there. But you were the one that came. I think you and maybe Alexander was telling me too about it. I don't know. It was y'all, and I called Tina and told her because they were still down there doing it. She went back there and caught them. Said, sure enough, they were. I said, yeah. I don't know if y'all were trying to light gas on fire or something. I don't know. You were playing, being kids. I mean, you did everything. You didn't like riding a bike, but you learned how to ride a bike. You didn't want to swim, but you learned how to swim. You didn't want to ride the rides, but you learned to ride the rides. You loved your green machine. You didn't like having a ball thrown at you, but you learned how to come on with that. I mean, you did a lot. You overcome a lot. And it was just practice. You practice. And you didn't like practicing by yourself. And that was okay. We just practiced. And then I was trying to work with you on the speech thing, and you fought me, and then your dad would fight me on it. But I mean, if you listened to me, you would have been fine. But, you know, it was just too much. And then when I did have you by myself, I would have you in there looking in the mirror, watching yourself. And then Alexander went into it too, and then he wanted out of it. Where I think you kind of like the attention of it. And put the stick on your tongue, and we did everything. I mean, I remember everything.